You know that feeling, that deep, kind of unexplainable longing for something more? Something wilder? Well, today we're diving into the groundbreaking book that gives a name to that very feeling. Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes's Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's a book that has truly struck a chord with millions.
So, in this explainer, we're going to use the book's own powerful stories to unpack its absolute central figure, the Wild Woman Archetype. We're going to explore what she represents, why so many of us feel like she's been lost, and this is the really cool part, how ancient myths might just hold the key to finding her again, right inside ourselves.
It all starts with this one simple but really profound line from Estes. It's a feeling, a longing for something primal, something essential that a lot of us feel has just gone missing from our carefully structured, so-called civilized lives. Okay, so what is this yearning really about? Does it mean we all just want to go live in the woods? Not exactly. Estes argues that it's a much deeper spiritual and psychological loss. It's about being disconnected from our own powerful, instinctual nature. And listen, this feeling of loss isn't just some vague mood. According to Estes, it shows up as very real symptoms, feelings of being stuck or diminished, that I'm guessing might sound incredibly familiar to a lot of you. Estes gets super specific here. She's talking about that feeling of being completely uninspired, or creatively dry, or feeling trapped, powerless, maybe even ashamed. It's that chronic fatigue, that constant uncertainty. Or how about this one? A sense of being too nice, of just being unable to set real boundaries. It's choosing relationships that just drain your energy, leaving you feeling far away from whatever you consider your spiritual source. It's like your very soul has been domesticated and put in a cage that's just way too small. So to even begin to understand and heal this, Estes insists that we first have to name the part of ourselves that's been lost, and she gives it a powerful name, the Wild Woman Archetype. Now, it's really important to understand this isn't about being reckless or out of control. Not at all. In this context, wild means living a natural life, one where you have your own innate integrity and really healthy boundaries. The wild woman is that part of our psyche that's connected to our gut feelings, our intuition, our creativity, and those deep, natural cycles of life. She is essentially our internal source of health. But why wolves? It's a great question. Estes actually studied the biology of wolves, and she saw this profound, almost spiritual connection between the psyche of women and the spirit of these incredible animals. Just think about it for a second. Wolves and healthy women both have keen senses and a playful spirit. They're both fiercely protective and show deep loyalty. But here's the tragic part of the comparison. They also share a history. Both have been hunted, feared, and totally miscast as vicious or dangerous, usually by those who don't understand and maybe even fear their natural instinctual power. So, if this essential part of ourselves has been lost, or maybe just driven into hiding, how do we even begin the journey back? How do we reconnect? For Estes, the answer is pretty clear. It lies in stories. She argues that myths and fairy tales are so much more than just entertainment for children. They are actually maps. They're like psychic medicine, holding the coded instructions for soul retrieval, passed down for generations and generations. And the most important of these stories, the most central one, is the myth of La Loba, the wolf woman. It's a story that Estes heard herself down in the borderlands of Texas and Mexico. So the story goes like this. Deep in the desert, there lives an old woman, and her only work is to gather bones. She specializes in wolves, searching the mountains and dry riverbeds for every last bone, especially for things that are in danger of being completely lost to the world. And once she has assembled a full skeleton, she sits by her fire and she thinks about the song she has to sing. And then she stands over the bones and she sings from the very depths of her soul. As her song fills the air, the skeleton begins to cover itself with flesh and fur. She keeps singing, and the wolf creature comes fully to life. Its heart actually starts to beat. La Loba sings and sings until the creature is breathing fully. And with one last note, the wolf opens its eyes, leaps up, and just bolts out of the cave down into the canyon. And as it runs, maybe from the speed of it all, or maybe from splashing through a river, the wolf is suddenly transformed into a laughing woman, running free toward the horizon. What an incredible story. And it's a perfect metaphor for the work we all have to do ourselves, to gather the bones. that means finding the parts of our own lives and our own psyches that have been lost or forgotten. And to sing over them, well, that means using our soul voice, our deepest truths, our passions, our creativity, to breathe life right back into them.
So, you see, this story isn't meant to just be heard passively. It's supposed to be a set of instructions. It's asking us to look at our own lives, to identify what has been lost or scattered, and to find the courage to begin our own powerful song of creation.